Hello everyone, I am C. Ashish Jindal. I have over a decade's experience in corporate world. As explained in my YouTube channel, I have a mission to spread financial literacy in the world. So today's topic of this video is on share market. So share market is spread in two parts. One is primary market, second is secondary market. Now what is primary market? What is secondary market? It's a very simplistic example I'm going to take. Primary market is market where shares are bought or sold for the first time by any company. Secondary market is the market where the shares are bought or sold after second time, third time, fourth time. All the transaction after first one happens in secondary market. Now, further break it down and further simplify this. What is a share? Share is a fractional ownership of a company. Now, to explain it further, I'll give you an example, a very simplistic example to help you understand primary market, secondary market, share, and functioning of share market. Now, I'll take an example, say John. John is a very talented baker. He knows his business, he knows how to bake cakes, and he want to start a bakery. And what he did is he wanted 100, say hypothetically, he wanted 100 to start his business, but he didn't have money. He had only 20. What he did is he approached some of his family members and friends to gather and raise this 100 to start his business. He already had 20. So fortunately, he found four another partners who came together and invested in his business, gave him 20 each, and he had a pool of 100 with which he started his business. His business was up and running. Now, what just happened here is John gave fractional ownership of his bakery to four other partners and raised total money uh, with which he was able to start the business. The four other partners and John were became equal partners in the business, each having 20% stake each. Now, this transaction is a transaction or an example of primary market where shares are bought or sold for the first time. The John sold the shares and four other partners bought the shares. Now, taking an example of secondary market. Now, with this 100, John was running his business. Things were happening pretty smooth. They were earning. They were now four other partners were not involved in day-to-day operation. That was area of John. Now, John was managing two parts. He was investor in business. He was CEO in business. Those are two separate roles in a business, which I am going to talk about maybe in later videos. But let us stay focused on share market. Now, taking an example of secondary market. What is a secondary share market? Now, let's take an example and let's extend the example that I was taking. The second example, in the example, John, in one of the investor of John decided he wants to sell the share and he wants to come out of the business because he wanted the funds elsewhere. Now, what he did is he went to the market and wanted to sell those shares because the business was up and running, business was profitable. John has proven his talent. He valued the business at 200. Earlier, the business valuation was 100, on which the funding happened, on which the allocation of share happened. Now, one of the investor of John valued the business as 200. He had 20% stake. Remember, each partner had 20% stake in my example. So here, business valuation was 200. 20% stake became his share was 40. So he found a buyer. He sold his share, 20% share in John's bakery to the other buyer, and 40. He did his transaction. He completed his transaction, and he made a profit of 20. 20 he initially invested. He sold those share in for 40. He made a total profit of 20. Where he sold the shares in secondary market. Now, whatever transaction happens in secondary market, the business, John's bakery remains unaffected because John's bakery is running as it was running. There is no effect. The money did not got into John's bakery, but yes, it gave confidence to other investors. Yes, that the business valuation of John's bakery is now doubled. It earlier it was 100, now it is 200. So the term or the share market or Nifty, Sensex, Nifty Bank, whatever we hear is all secondary market. Examples of primary market are IPOs, where businesses come, raise capital, and they start with that funding. They start managing. Now, the benefits of secondary market are the valuation is easier and it is much more liquid in share market. We have thousands and lakhs of investors ready and willing to buy shares and sell shares. So this is it for today. If you like the content, do share your comments, and I'll be coming up with more videos and interesting content going forward. Thank you.